us. That's hello again, in case you were wondering. The motivation for this week's What an Idiom podcast is provided to me in bunches by work and deadlines. In other words, I had to use a pneumatic drill and some dynamite to fit this into my schedule, but I did it. So here are the chosen few expressions of being in a hurry or telling someone to hurry up. Let's get to it. This first phrase can be used in two ways. As a more passive descriptive phrase, it was a race against the clock. Or as an active phrase like, I really raced the clock to finish this in time. In both cases, the main idea is that someone's trying to beat the clock, that is, to be faster than the clock, because time is of the essence. I guess there's another phrase for you. So, I raced the clock to get the blog and podcast up on time because time was of the essence that day. Well, that worked out nicely. Before moving on to some Finnish phrases, let's look at another English one. To be hard-pressed. As in, they'll be hard-pressed to finish that project before morning. This one's a useful phrase because it's not long or complicated, so it should be easy to remember. You can also say pressed for time. And what's more, both of these are more easily understood than some of the other phrases I've covered on this podcast. And then for some Finnish goodies. First up we have pää kolmantena jalkana, head as the third leg. You might say, for example, hän lähti pää kolmantena jalkana, meaning she left with her head as her third leg. So in reality, the person who left was in a hurry and figuratively used her head as an extra leg to move faster. The mental image is quite perfect, to be honest. Now, to talk about a perfect mental image without mentioning this next one would be a crime. Hän lähti tuli perseen alla. He or she left with the fire under his or her ass. It doesn't require much of an effort to picture this person moving as fast as they can. However, I'd refrain from using this method either as a motivational tool or otherwise in real life, just to avoid any legal issues. To finish these Finnish phrases in one fell swoop, here's the last one. Ei tässä olla jäniksen selässä. We're not riding a rabbit here. Or, we're not on the back of a rabbit. While olla jäniksen selässä, to be on the back of a rabbit, refers to a state of urgency, this phrase is mostly used when there is no hurry, like in my example. This is again a very colorful Finnish phrase, although not a realistic one, cause even the fat Finnish rabbits aren't sturdy enough for people to ride. Thanks for listening, and be sure to leave a comment if you know some good phrases for being in a hurry. Now put your skates on. That means hurry up. But it's not about time to put your skates on for real here in Finland either. That's it for this week's What an Idiom podcast. So toodles, see ya, and heipä hei.